Nervous now.
Let me think.
It's a festival,
Blessing
food and dance.
Culture thing, if I'm not wrong.
Muruku?
They probably like dress up.
They celebrate with music.
A lot of colours.
Light up the whole house.
I'm not too sure.
There are many different stories and mythologies behind why we celebrate Deepavali, but I'd like to share two different stories with you today. One is about Lord Krishna and Narakasura, and the other story comes from the Ramayana, and it's about Lord Ram. Long time ago, there lived a demon king named Narakasura. Narakasura was powerful and strong, and he was invisible. One day, Narakasura decided that he would go up to the celestial heavens and he would create havoc. He created so much havoc that he stole the beautiful earrings of Aditi, the mother of all the Devas. Now, of course, Aditi was angry and bleeding from her ears. She came down to Lord Krishna's abode and she complained to his wife Satyabhama. Satyabhama became angry and she urged her husband Lord Krishna to avenge Aditi. And so it was that Lord Krishna and Satyabhama rode on the backs of the magnificent eagle Garuda, and they flew and flew and flew all the way to Narakasura's kingdom. And a terrible, fierce battle broke out for many days and many nights. The battle was horrible, was terrible, was fierce, was fearsome. Finally, Narakasura took his divine weapon and threw it at Lord Krishna, and Lord Krishna became unconscious. But Satyabhama was not about to stand and watch. She picked up her bow and arrow and she began to battle with Narakasura, and she shot that arrow into his chest and he collapsed. At that moment, Lord Krishna was revived, and together Krishna and Satyabhama went up to the bleeding Narakasura. Narakasura saw them for the divine beings that they were, and he begged for forgiveness, for he had forgotten to use his powers for good and to help the people. He had forgotten to uphold Dharma. His last wish to Krishna and Satyabhama was to remember the day that he died, which full of celebration and lights and colors and festivities. And that wish was granted to Narakasura in the form of Deepavali, which is why we celebrate Deepavali today, as we emerge from darkness and we step into light. Like that night when he passed away, the darkness disappeared and the first rays of dawn enveloped the universe. Did you know that on the night when Narakasura was defeated by Satyabhama and Lord Krishna, they were both covered in blood, sweat, and grime? And so by the time they reached back home, it was early morning and they had to take a bath with herbal scented oils and sandalwood paste. That is why all of us have an oil bath early in the morning, first thing on Deepavali day. So now let's move on to the second story and let's enter the great epic of the Ramayana. In the Ramayana, Princess Sita was kidnapped by the 10-headed demon king Ravana and held captive on an island. Her husband, Prince Ram, and his brother Lakshmana, together with Hanuman and the great monkey army, they searched and searched and searched for Sita. And finally they found her, they rescued her, and a terrible battle broke out yet again, and they defeated Ravana and his army. Ram, Lakshman, and Hanuman, together with Sita, returned all the way back to the north of India to Ayodhya kingdom. Now, the night that they returned back home was dark, and they walked and walked and walked through a thick, dense forest. The people of Ayodhya kingdom knew that their rightful prince and princess were returning home, and to pave the way with light, all the people lit oil lamps. And that is how Rama and Sita returned back to the rightful throne of Ayodhya kingdom. Did you know that Deepavali means a row of lights, just like the row of oil lamps placed by the people of Ayodhya to welcome back Rama and Sita? So now you know why we celebrate Deepavali and the important role of light in both the stories. I'd like to welcome light into our lives and wish you a very happy, light-filled Deepavali.